All right, so we're going to be removing this power steering pump here. This is a 2020 Jeep Gladiator, 3.6 liter. It seems to be very simple to remove. It's electronic power steering. So we can see we've got two connectors down here. The first one is your main power and ground that runs the motor, and then the second one has 3 wires on it for your communication lines, seeing as the power steering pump is a module and communicates to all the other modules. So we've got some red locking tabs we need to undo, followed by some clips that we have to push in on and get undone. So these can be a little bit tricky. They're sort of situated in a crappy spot. There we go. So that's what that one looks like. Undo lock tab, push down on that. This one, once again, undo lock tab, push down right there. Get those out of the way. We've got a couple Christmas tree clips we got to undo. Now this piece here runs down in. I'm going to leave it there. I'll try to fish this pump at the top. I guess I forgot to tell you, obviously we have to remove the air box in order to get to this point. So just a quick rundown on that. 8mm bolt here for this band clamp. There's going to be two 10mm bolts here for the main bottom air box. And you have 4 8mm screws that hold the top of the air box on. So you undo all 4, remove the top. That's loose already. Then the bottom section, 2 10mm, get your air filter out of there. And on the bottom of the air box, you've got these 2 rubber grommets here and here. And I just used some silicone spray and sprayed on there. It gets the rubber all slippery and it pops out no problem. If you don't spray that on there, it's gonna put up a bit of a fight, but it's all good. Now, we've got 3 lines to deal with, 2 of which are rubber hoses, and the third one is a hard line, which is our pressure line. So, first one that's easiest to get to, we've just got some spring clamps here, and this is our reservoir. So for the soft lines, I don't have any hose clamp pliers, but I like to use small needle nose vice grips. They seem to work the best, so I'm just gonna set those to about the right tension, and we'll crimp those lines off. Just like so. Grab my regular pair of pliers, see if I can sneak in here. Maybe. Maybe not. Break the seal on that first. Now I do have a drain pan that's underneath, so it's gonna catch all the fluid that's gonna come out here. Hopefully there's not much, but. And just watch too, like the end that the hose goes onto is plastic, so we don't want to break that. Okay, there's one. I'm just gonna tuck that back out of the way. Now the second one is down in here, and it's gonna be a little trickier to get to. I guess this time I'm gonna remove that spring clamp first, and you may not be able to really see it probably from underneath. If you come up over beside me over here, if you come on the other side of me, you could probably see it. I know you're not, I'll let you just get down there for a second. Sorry, the light died, so there, you can see where it is down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that spring clamp, and then we'll get that line off, pinch it off as well. And then the steel line is right here, and there's just a bolt underneath of this bracket, and probably be able to see it through there. Looks like it's right there. Hopefully we can get that bolt out without that bracket being in the way. All right, so I got that one off. I just roughly stuck it back on there just a little bit so it doesn't puke all the fluid out. I'm sure there's gonna be some fluid in the pump. Actually, never mind, we're just gonna take it off. I thought that high line was going up. So a bunch of fluid's gonna come out of there, whatever. We have to put more fluid in it anyways. This bolt down here for this hard line, it looks like it's a 10 mil. I'm gonna use a ratcheting wrench. Get in there. Take that off. Now, okay, I feel it's loose now. Get this off, don't drop it in the coolant bin. This should just pop off, hopefully. There'll be a rubber O-ring, so it might put up a little bit of a fight. All right, so can't get that line off because that bracket's in the way, but that's okay. Actually, can I swing that over? Okay, you can get it off. You just have to put a little bit of force to it. Now I'm gonna remove this 8 mil bolt, that 8 mil bolt, and then there's one on the other side as well. And those actually go right into the pump housing themselves, and they secure the pump to this bracket, which has these rubber isolators for vibration dampening. So I'm gonna try to take those out and leave that bracket on the vehicle, but we'll see if we have enough room to sneak out there. The nice thing about this thing being so new is that none of the bolts are seized, so that's fantastic. We're gonna switch over now to my ratchet. One more to go. Now the one that's on this inner side, you either need a swivel like that to get on the right angle, or you could just use like a regular 8 mil wrench or a ratcheting wrench or a ratchet. So I'm gonna try to get in here, see if this is doable. This hood prop is just always in my way. Okay, I'm on it. And we're out. Now, should be able to remove that now. Hopefully. We may have one more wiring. We do. There's one more wiring Christmas tree that holds that wire harness on to the pump at the very top. Once we get that off, I'll sneak this thing out of here. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to put this on the bench with some rags. All right, so we can see how dirty this pump is. I drained the most of the fluid out into the oil bin. Our connectors don't look too bad, except for this one I noticed is quite white compared to the other one that's nice and shiny and clean. And I did notice that the main connector that houses the power and ground, the one pin was pushed out slightly with the weather pack was coming out. And what I'm gonna do here is tidy this up, because I may be able to rebuild this or fix the electrical circuit board that's inside. I'm not 100% sure, but if I can fix it, I don't want to have any dirt get inside the pump. I want to keep everything nice and clean. You can see these cooling fins here are all packed with mud. So I need to get all that off and clean this all up before we take it apart. My suspicion is either it's gotten water inside, or it's so packed full of mud that it couldn't dissipate the heat and it has cooked the circuit board inside. So once I get this cleaned up, we'll start tearing it down and we'll see what's inside. There is no instructions for a tear down procedure for this thing that I could find. And one last thing is the part number for this, which is shared between the Gladiator and the Wrangler models. They're both the same. That's it right there. We'll put a link in the description in case you want to buy one. and we'll catch you in a second. Okay, I'm guessing the electrical connections, the module's probably right back here. So let's start by removing these. They're 5mm.
What?
Heck, I don't know. I forget. Machine screw. I forget what the term is for the bolts. Looks like they're all the same length too, so that's good. I'm guessing that's a vent, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. There's a gasket in there. Looks like there's a couple capacitors in there that just got caught up, so just watch if you're taking this cover off, push it forwards a little bit and take it off.
Caps can bend, it's not a big deal on the terminals.
Yeah. Little gasket there. So I see that like the board, you can see for the most part it's exposed, but then there's like some, I don't know if that's actually
Flux or...
Yeah, they put like an epoxy over top of that chip. So
everything looks good.
looks clean so far. I think I'm just gonna, this like heat sink or whatever it is, or it's just all live, maybe that whole board. These screws, then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 for that plate, but this looks like it goes down in there and it's like soldered in, so I'm not sure if I can get that out without messing around.
Those screws might hold the board to the compressor too, so
Right.
might be able to take it out.
Take the whole thing off.
Undo these screws.
Right, yeah, okay. So yeah, I was saying that it's kind of sucks a lot of times with electronics. There's no visual signs of failure, but you never know. I don't have all of the tools to do electronics testing, and there's a lot of knowledge that I don't have, but for the most part, we can check it out.
Not like we can even buy a board to fix this.
Right, yeah, there's no parts that are actually available that I know of. There's no rebuild parts or spare parts, nothing you can buy. And like I say, no instructions whatsoever on the teardown of this. It's just strictly remove and replace, which sucks.
Because they're $1,000 plus.
Yeah. I see that it's like kind of siliconed on there, or glued on there, so I might have to do a little bit of prying. One screw in there for our connector housing. Then there's 2 screws that go in this way, but I think they're gonna stay as an assembly, and then we can just pull the whole thing off maybe. Maybe, maybe not.
straight up.
Okay, so that's that.
So probably if we could replace this, we'd be good.
Yeah.
Probably. There may be an internal issue with the rest of the pump, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like really just try to like look over it with a light and a magnifying glass and just see, but it looks very clean. Definitely no water intrusion that I could see. So that kind of sucks.
we should inspect the connector. Oh, we can't. We can't. It's soldered to the board.
Right,
Like, I mean, internally there.
right. Where this goes into here.
Yeah. If we unsoldered those and then undid those bolts, we could take that off, but
Right.
probably not going to do that.
Damn.
Maybe down the road.
Well, that sucks. I was really hoping to find something. Damn.
You want to totally deassemble it, check out the motor, so we have a video, or do you not want to go any further?
Yeah. I guess we could.